Do you ever feel like you're not good enough? Like no matter what you do, no matter how much you try, you are just not capable of succeeding. Well, you are not alone, and most of us feel that way. So today I'm going to talk about how to overcome self-doubt. Hi, I'm Neha and welcome back to my daily diary. If you're probably here, it means you struggle with self-doubt just like how I have. So today I'm going to share how from my own experiences and what are the things which I have learned so far to overcome this feeling, because it's very normal human experience. It's just that we need reminders every now and then that we don't have to doubt ourselves. We are good enough. From past few years I have learned the ways to push through it. So let's dive in. Very first step is to acknowledge and identify that you have self-doubt. This is the most important step in anything which you want to change about yourself. Acknowledgement and identifying that, or you can say awareness or acceptance that I have these things, I have these traits. So you need to be aware when you are feeling self-doubt and what are the thoughts which are triggering that feeling. Just grab a journal, ask yourself whether these are facts or it's just my head messing up with me. So write down your thoughts, whatever you're feeling, or maybe just type it in your notes, phone notes, or even if you don't feel like typing it, or even if you don't feel like writing it somewhere, just ask yourself, are these really true, or it's just my head messing up with me, or it's just people around me who are making me feel that way. Because sometimes when it comes to self-doubt, it's not just you, but how other people are treating you, how your past thoughts are triggering you. So whenever you are feeling like that, ask yourself, am I really like this, or it's just that my head and people around me or my experiences or my feelings messing up with me. So this is how you can identify your thoughts or doubts. Once you have identified these doubts, it's time to challenge them. Ask yourself, what are the evidences I have that this is true? How have I succeeded before when it comes to similar situations whenever I'm feeling like this? And you know why you have to challenge? Because when you challenge them, then you understand, then you realize that most of these doubts, most of these fears are based on your fear, and these are not reality. Next step is shift your perspective. Instead of seeing self-doubt as a roadblock, look at it as an opportunity. So every time you are having all these thoughts, I understand, see, it's not always positive. You cannot be always positive, and when you're really going through a shit situation, you can't just tell yourself, no, I'm gonna be positive, and then you'll just go back, get back on the track. It does not happen. For me, I sulk for like 7 or 8 hours sometimes. Sometimes it ruins my sleep. I don't eat, because when this creeps in, self-doubt, you kind of start feeling like you're not good enough, and you have all these thoughts. Getting into these thoughts are very easy, but it's very difficult to get out of it. So every time you face such doubts, ask yourself, how can I learn from this situation, and how can it help me become stronger? Once you shift your perspective, it becomes a part of the process and not the end. And I'll just give a small example. When I was in college, and every time we had to give presentation, every time I would just go on stage, I would just start shivering and I would just start sweating, because I felt like I'm not good enough. People are going to judge me whenever I'm going to speak, and it was just my head messing up with me. Because see, in college, everybody is going through that phase. Everybody is trying to make themselves better, and everybody is just trying to learn. And then I realized it's not just me who is feeling like that, but my friends are also. And how can I make it better for myself and my friends? So I have this habit. So every time someone is speaking, I just nod. I acknowledge them that no, you are going good. And at office also, some event was going on, and someone was singing a song, and I was just smiling and I was just acknowledging them. And later on, that person thanked me that thank you, I was just feeling so nervous, and you kind of nodded and you kind of acknowledged, and it made me feel better that okay, I'm doing a good job. And similarly with my friends, whenever they were speaking in college, I would just look at them, I would just acknowledge, I would just make them feel that you're not doing wrong, you're just going fine, you're doing well. And when I was speaking, I would look for someone who is making an eye contact with me, who is acknowledging me, so that I don't have a fear that I'm going wrong or I'm speaking something wrong. So it just shift your perspective. Rather than being worried that people are going to judge me, Just focus on something or someone who is making you feel that you are doing well. This is how you can shift your perspective. Next step is focus on your strengths. Think about a time when you changed a situation for yourself where you succeeded. For me, like I mentioned, it was very difficult for me to even talk in front of people, like stand and talk. I was not confident, but right now I'm literally making a video. Every now and then, whenever I have this fear and fear of judgment, I just think about I was not even able to speak in front of people, and today I am able to speak and shoot a video and post it publicly when everybody can watch. When I was in classroom, only 60 to 65 people were watching, but right now 100, 300, 400, 500 people are watching. So every time I feel like I'm not good enough something, I think about all these small things, and it makes me feel good. So for you, every time you feel that you're having a self-doubt, or every time you are getting into that phase where you feel like you're not good enough, just think about the situations where you did a good job, and just be proud of yourself, and tell yourself that this is not you have done better in life, and it will make you feel better. Fifth step is set realistic goals and take small steps. Set small, take baby steps. Even if it's a big goal, divide it into pieces, so that you don't feel overwhelming. When you have so much on your plate, when you have to do so much, you start feeling overwhelmed, and then you start drifting from that process, and you feel like, I don't want to do it. It happens to me all the time. Every time I have a situation where I have to do something big, I feel like I don't want to do it. It's so overwhelming, it's so tiring. But when you divide these things into small steps, it becomes easy. For me, shooting a video, it's just 15 minutes video, 10 minutes video, but it takes 3 to 4 hours of homework. And if I have to shoot a video today, and if I start preparing myself from 7 or 8 am, and I have to shoot a video at, let's say, 12 pm or 12:30 pm, it will be difficult for me. Then I'll tell myself, oh my god, I have to sit for 3-4 hours. So it's better what I do. Every time I have to shoot, I know that next day I have to shoot a video. What I do my homework last night, because my creativity kicks in when at night, around 10 or 11. So that's when I write my pointers. That's when I prepare myself mentally also. It's a 4 hours task, but I have already done 2 hours task at night, and only just 2 hours are left, which is nothing but shooting a video and just going through the points. Every time you have a goal which is big, and you feel like it's too big, just divide it into small steps, and it will be easy for you. You won't feel overwhelming, and then you'll be able to achieve them. Sixth step is practice self-compassion. I've already made a video on this. Click on the I button and you can just watch that video. So for me, self-compassion, self-love is very important, because this is what I have been thinking or doing, you can say, from last 3-4 years, and it has completely changed my life. I always talk about self-compassion and how you should be compassionate to yourself, like how you are with your friends, how you treat other people, like your friends, your partner, your parents, everybody, like how you treat them with compassion, with love, with support. You have to do it with yourself as well. You have to become your best friend as well. Nothing is perfect. Every now and then we get into a situation when things do not go as we have planned. So in those situations, just don't be harsh to yourself. Don't say harsh things to yourself. Just be kind to yourself. It's very important for you and your mental health. Step 7 is surround yourself with positive and supportive people. This is the most important thing. Your environment affects you a lot, and the kind of people you hang out with affect you a lot. So make sure that you have friends who support you, who are nice to you, who are kind to you. And every now and then you feel like someone is crossing your boundary or something, and if they are your friend, they'll respect your boundaries. Every time you communicate with them that this is I'm not liking this, every time they make you feel that you're not good enough for something, maybe just try to talk to them, or just tell them that this is your boundary and you won't accept it. So and if they are your people, they will respect the boundary and it will go on. But if they're not your people, then of course you can just always outgrow from that friendship. So make sure that you're surrounding yourself with positive people who are being supportive and who are letting you grow. Positive influence can lift you up when you're feeling low. So surround yourself with people who believe in you, who tell you that you are doing an amazing job, and you have to be the same person for them also. You have to be supportive towards your friends. You have to tell them that they're doing an amazing job and they're not alone. You are there and you believe in them. and similarly you should have such people in your life as well. Step 8 is take action despite your doubts. Even when you feel unsure, just take a step, just do it, just try to do it, and you will instantly feel confident. I have a huge example. Last year was very difficult for me, 2024, because I was not focusing on my video, I was not focusing on my social media. I was just living my life on default mode. Every now and then I would just do something or the other, but then I was not being my 100% last year. And towards the middle of 2024, I started doubting myself that I have this fear of camera, I can't sit in front of camera. I have already posted a video on this, that how I was feeling last year. So I was just telling myself I can't sit in front of the camera, I'm not confident at all, and it was just my fear. It was not like I was not confident or something, but it was just my fear. And I was like, how do I even overcome? Every time I wanted to shoot a video, every time I would just write a point or a script or whatever I do, and every time I wanted to sit in front of camera and shoot a video, I would start feeling like, I can't do it, it's not for me. Multiple times I thought, what's the point of even posting a video? I don't have to do it, I don't want to do it. But you know what I did in November? Towards the end of November, I literally sat and I was like, no matter how my video comes, I have to shoot, I have to talk at least. And that 7-minute video has literally changed my 2024 mindset, and 2025 I have already posted 6 to 7 videos after that. So I feel like it's not just, sometimes of course you have a fear and sometimes you are doubting yourself, but just take an action and see how it goes. Even if you fail, there's no harm, it's not harming you in any way. If I wouldn't have shot that video, I wouldn't have known that it's okay, it was just my mind messing up with me, I'm all fine. Every time you are having these small doubts, you don't have to take action all the time, but every time you feel like you can't do it, maybe just try doing a small thing out of it. Maybe just try to do 10% of it and see how it goes. And then if you feel, and you will instantly feel confident. If it's not for you, you can always leave it, but if it's for you and if you feel like, okay, I can do it, just take a step and see how it goes. So these were the steps I really wanted to talk. You have to remember that overcoming self-doubt is a journey. It takes time. Everything you want to change about yourself in general also, it takes time. It's just not an overnight practice. It takes time, and slowly you will start feeling confident. Self-doubt, the only thing you need is your confidence in whatever you do. Just own it. Whatever it is, just be kind to yourself and tell that you can do it. Don't think about it, don't doubt yourself, and you will slowly become confident. And confidence is the key to all the success which you ever want. That's it for today's video, and if you find this video helpful, kindly like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I'll keep posting more videos on personal growth. Thank you and have an amazing day.